What is up, YouTube? It is me, Kayla, back again with a brand new YouTube video. This video, I'm so excited. Today, I'm going to be interviewing my famous cousin, Bart Scott, retired NFL football player. If you don't know who he is, I'll put some of his highlights right here.
Back to throw Palco, looking at a blitz under some pressure, and he is hit back at the 21-yard line, brought down by Bart Scott.
Guys, I'm nervous, I'm excited, I'm everything all at the same time. Everything's set up. I have my computer right here that I'm going to be screen recording from. I'm so nervous. I don't even know why I'm so nervous. Like, this is my cousin, but I've never met him before. So we're gonna turn this on. Okay, guys, he's about to call me. Like, hey, is this Bart Scott?
Hey, Kayla.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so can you yeah.
Okay, let me I'm picking up some food. Can we do this in like a half an hour? As soon as I get the food, I get home, I can set up.
Okay.
Like 3:30?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, cool.
I just talked to him. Oh my god, it's Bart Scott.
What's up, cousin?
Hi.
What's going on? How you doing?
This is so weird. But
It's not
so cool.
weird.
It's so weird.
You so grown now.
Oh my gosh. Listen, I'm nervous now because
No, stop.
oh my gosh. Okay,
You all grown up.
so scared. Okay, well, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day for letting me interview you.
Girl,
For
stop
my
it.
YouTube
Stop all this formality stuff. Thank you for taking time out of your day. Stop it. Get out of here, girl.
Okay, so you didn't want to just go right into the questions?
Whatever you want. It's
Okay.
your show. Kuna Matata.
Alright, so if you guys don't know him, this is Bart Scott, the retired football player I was just talking about a few minutes ago.
Your cousin.
Yes, my cousin. This is so crazy. Okay, so let's just get straight on into the questions. So first things first, have you subscribed to my YouTube channel?
I have not, but I'm listen, that is first on my list. That's first on my list.
You haven't subscribed?
I know. Listen, so you know something about your cousin. I'm big into the media, so I do television for ESPN. I did some stuff with CBS for 4 years.
Yeah.
I had the #1 radio show, but I am a technical dinosaur. Like, the pandemic has been the biggest growth I've ever had. So my assistant handles my social media because I don't listen. I was typing out the whole words. I don't know, like all the little different GIFs and anonyms and all that type of stuff. I don't know anything about that. I'm horrible. I need a tutor. Can you tutor me? Yes. I don't know what the hell I'm doing when it comes to that. So I usually outsource all that stuff. So I would have to ask her how to subscribe to or you can give me a tutorial right here. Listen, I'm a great student. I got my ink pen. You can tell me exactly how to subscribe to your YouTube channel. And I will do that by the end of this interview. That's a lot going on. BXRBIE space.
No, you just space it. Push the little space button.
I know, I'm saying, but I gotta articulate that.
Okay.
Space KAY. Then
Yeah.
I'm in there like swimwear. I'm good. I'm Gucci.
Yeah.
All right, I can do that. If not, your younger cousins can do it for me.
Okay.
See, they're savvy with all that. They got the TikTok and she's warming it up. She's doing all that kind of craziness. Yeah. So listen, you gotta be patient with your cousins, right? Because they like Blackish. Like, they don't understand what's really going on, but they trying. One thinks he's a skateboarder. I don't know what the hell he's doing. He's going through a phase.
Okay. Well, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you guys subscribe as well.
They better subscribe.
Okay.
You send me this video. I'm going to go ahead and tell my people that follow me on my Twitterverse. That's what you call it, right? I'm dating myself, Twitterverse. That's whack, right? Well, I'll put it on my Twitter handle and my Instagram, and I'll put it out there to the world. Have my peoples retweet it out. You know what I'm saying? We got to take you to the top, cuz.
Yes. Okay. Second question, what have you been up to during the quarantine?
It's been crazy. So this is weird. Like, I didn't just sit here by happenstance. I have my ring light, right? and I have my phone sitting in the phone stance. This is what my days are like right here, because I can't go to the studio because I'm in a pandemic. So this is what you call a camera Rex. So a camera Rex allows me to sound like I'm in the studio, but I'm actually not. If you look right here, if you look closely, you see those are all different signs for different studios across the country. So when I have to sign in, I sign in with those. Then I pop on here, and you use FaceTime so my partner can see me talk, so I won't speak over him. But I've done now 70 shows from here. I've done all my Instagram interviews with some influencers from here as well. And this is our new normal, so I guess this is my office space. So they told me my backdrop was whack. So they told me to go find some. So this is actually like my trophy case in my basement, where we kind of go. So I was just sitting behind, all you can see was pool sticks behind me, behind my pool table. And they was like, man, like, what kind of background you got? So I spruced it up. See, I had to be coached up because I don't know. I was just setting up the camera. Shows, talking about sports and athletics, fights, NFL, NBA. When The Last Dance came out, you probably know Michael Jordan, but did you watch The Last Dance?
No.
Of course. I'm sure your dad did. Because
yeah, he probably did.
He was living his best life, living his glory years, right? So, we talked about Michael Jordan. That was a 5-part documentary series, so that was a big topic around the league, around the sports world, because no live sports to really talk about. So all we do is try and make believe and talk stuff. So had some guys to see. I had Isaiah Thomas. You know what Isaiah Thomas is?
I don't watch sports.
So we had Isaiah Thomas. Okay, we had Charles Barkley. You know what Charles Barkley is?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Me and Chuck are like this. You know what I mean? So, we had a lot of friends that came on and stuff, and now we've been pretty much talking about the social unrest, Colin Kaepernick, what's going on around the world with all that good stuff, and trying to do something. I don't know. I just fake it till I make it.
That sounds cool. Who's your favorite celebrity?
Ooh, favorite celebrity? Well, you don't know who Isaiah Thomas is, so that don't count anymore. He was my hero growing up. Favorite celebrity? That's a good one. Charles Barkley is pretty cool. John Legend is a cornball.
Have you met him?
Yeah, I live in New York. I mean, Method Man comes to all my games, and Jada's cool.
Jada Smith?
Ja Rule's cool. We play basketball against each other, stuff like that. I mean, Carmelo. I mean, I'm around everybody. I live in New York, cuz.
I know.
So, it's a lot of Jets. It's a lot of Jet fans out here. A lot of Ravens fans out here. A lot of the actors and stuff are fans. So it's like a mutual respect both ways. Spike Lee, Ice Cube is a fan. Like, Ice Cube's cool.
You met Ice Cube?
Yeah, Cube. Cube's a fan. Cube's a huge football fan. So cool. I don't know if you know how much, so I got a GIF, or is it GIF or GIF?
A GIF.
Okay, so I got a GIF.
The can't wait
me and my partner argue about that all the time. But mine's is can't wait, right? It's a crazy thing that I said before, right? So every time they see me, they always scream that. I'm that stuff everywhere I go. Like it's the most annoying thing ever. So I run into Cube in the elevator. I think were we in Vegas? I think we're in Vegas. Like, oh, can't wait, but it's like crazy because like his little fat security, man, listen, I'm getting on the elevator. I don't care who the hell in here. Like, oh, it's Cube. Like, what's up? So like one of my partners, my TV partners, Amy Trask, we used to have a TV show, but she was the first woman general manager in the NFL. And she's known Ice Cube since its early days. So he actually hired her. His name's O'Shea, by the way. You know Ice Cube's real name's O'Shea.
Oh,
yes.
I know that.
Yeah, not as cool. Ice Cube is a lot better than O'Shea.
Yeah.
So O'Shea, I think his last name is Jackson, O'Shea Jackson. She's known him since she was very young. It's just like weird. Like, you haven't seen Throw Mama from the Train, but she's this old little, tiny little, redhead old woman, and her best friends are like Ice Cube and MC Hammer. You know what I'm saying? So me and Cube, we've been around, and because I interview a lot of people from cross sports, a lot of times entertainers and actors come on the show. So I'm good friends with like Dana White and Chuck D. You wouldn't know Chuck D, but he's from like Flavor Flav, like that whole Public Enemy. So I got a decent Rolodex. It's okay.
Okay. Do people recognize you when you walk down the street?
Depends on where I'm at. Because I'm on television, of course out here, like, I just went and got food. I can't, people just yell out their car all the time. I have to stop and take pictures. But if I can get away with stuff and blend in. People know I do something because of my build, but they just don't know why. I kind of have one of those faces, like, even if you don't watch sports, you like, I think I've seen his face before or something, or heard my voice.
Yeah.
Because now I'm on TV. Now it's weird because now that I'm doing radio a lot, people recognize me from my voice, and that's weird to me because I've always thought my voice sounded crazy. But now I have people that recognize my voice, and I'll be talking to them. Oh, man, Bart Scott. Like, oh, can't we? Like, all right, thank you. Yeah, so we have fun. But, I mean, I've been in New York for, at this point, like, almost 10 years. So, you know, I've been around and have been in the public eye for a while here. Before that, of course, I was in Baltimore for 7 years. So I've been on the East Coast 17 years. So you make your way around.
Yeah. Is it like annoying when people be like, can't wait, stuff like that? Is it annoying?
Congratulations. See you in Pittsburgh. Can't wait.
My kids hate it, right? Because they just want father-son time or father-daughter time or vice versa. But they use it to their advantage, right? They use their advantage when their teachers ask for stuff. They use it for opportunities to get out of homework or whatever they do. I don't know, they always hustling me, but they treat me like crap anyway because they can care less about that stuff. But they get used to it until it's the perks, until we get in the front of the line or we get a table, or they don't have to wait in line at Disney World, then it's all good.
You should, like, take me to your house so I can get some perks like that, because that sounds cool.
Pull up. Tell your dad either gas up the pace and drive out here or catch a flight. Pull up.
Yeah.
No, we had some fun. Well, once we get all this COVID stuff, like, what are you into? What do you like to do? You like fashion?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take you to a runway show with, like, Philip Klein. I'm friends with a lot of fashion designers and stuff. Let me see. I think my trophy case is around here somewhere. I think your auntie got something in here. I think she let Tamar borrow her shoes. Yeah. And then I think it's from Tamar. Your auntie got big feet, and Tamar got big feet. So they got the same stylist. And so, like, I think she got a pair of shoes around here with Beyonce on them or something, because we run into them every once in a while.
Beyonce?
Yeah, Beyonce used to live at the place I used to hang out at.
It's
She lived in
weird.
New York.
Like, because you're famous, so you know famous people, but to me, it's like, you're meeting all these people, like, it's crazy to me.
They just people.
I know,
They
but
just
it's
people.
like, they have such high statuses, and it's so weird to me. Maybe it's because I'm not famous.
You're on your way. Nobody's born. Well, a lot of us aren't born famous.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? You about to rock up this BXRBIE space. Just a button. KAY. You know what I'm saying? And you're on your way.
Okay, next question. What is the weirdest thing a fan has done?
Well, I've had some weirdos, too. So, I had a dude that was a fan of my show, my radio show. And I told him that I would take him out to dinner, so the show was going to take him out to dinner. But we had to cancel. But we called the restaurant and said, hey, it's this guy. He's going to pull up and tell him, sorry, we can't make it. We'll make it up to him, right? So now he went from, like, super fan to, like, super stalker, right? So then dude starts showing up to my job with these weird signs. Bart Scott is a liar and all this kind of craziness. Dude, like, he had no teeth. Like, it was like, whatever, man. Then he started getting weird. Like, started saying, I'm safe. I love black people. And then once you do that, we can't really repair that relationship. He started acting like a weirdo because I had a female co-host. And he started calling, why the restaurant, because she's the one that called and said, hey, we can't make it. So they gave him her number. And he started being a stalker weirdo. So it's like one of those stalkers. You never knew if he showed up, he was going to either have to smack him or tase him or something. You know? Every once in a while, they're not all good fans. A lot of them can be a little crazy.
Does he still stalk you, or is he like, oh no?
I moved to ESPN from my former radio show, and then what he does is he'll call in and try and disguise his voice. Bert's a bad guy. Like, man, kick rocks, bro. Like, nobody cares. I'm going to sue you. Like, okay, yeah, good luck with that.
What's the weirdest question a person has asked you?
I guess weird stuff to sign, but
What's
Not
the
a lot
weird
of
thing
weird
that
stuff.
you've ever? So since you've signed some weird things, what's the weirdest thing you've ever signed?
A belly? Yeah, who does that? You're pregnant and you want me to... Well,
She was
you know
pregnant?
what? I apologize. She wasn't pregnant, but I
Oh.
thought she was. So I told her congratulations on... She was like, congratulations on what? I was like, whoops, nothing.
That's funny. What's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear? Huh. You know, it's weird. I've flown so many times, but I hate flying. I don't like flying. I just don't like not being in control.
Oh.
So the fact that I'm in the air and somebody else controlling it, I don't really like that. You know?
Do you have a private jet?
Nah, I don't. You know, you can buy jet miles, but I don't do that. JetBlue, everybody's first class.
Do you have any secret talents?
I'm pretty boring. My talent was playing football. I can't juggle, no other stuff like that. I was a one-trick pony, but I just rode that one trick on out. But I got, hobbies. I love bowling.
Are you good at it?
I wanted to be a professional bowler when I was a kid.
Really?
And I even went to college and took bowling in college.
Well,
I'm nice now. So, all those guys like Chris Paul, like all those guys that say they can bowl, they bowled with me, and I kicked their ass. So, they never invite me to their bowling tournaments. Chris Paul has a bowling tournament on ESPN, never invites me. He don't want to get embarrassed in front of his peoples.
Okay, next question. Do you have any treasured items from your football days? That's probably a bad question because you're sitting right behind a whole bunch of footballs. So.
Oh, you know what? You want me to go mobile and show you what's the most prized possession I probably have?
Yeah.
To me. So what I hold dear, it's not really. I mean, I got jerseys from all kind of players and stuff. That's not a big deal. But actually, probably the thing that I treasure the most. Let me see. I'll turn this. It's probably this shirt right here. Can you see it?
Yeah.
You can see that it's just a regular plain shirt, right?
Yeah.
I know it's not light in here, but can you see that it's the stitches?
Yeah. It's like.
And you see the stitches here?
Yeah.
Right? So, I'll tell you the story about that shirt. But my Mike Tyson is pretty dope. Our Mike signed that for me, though, but that's cool. But, so that shirt over there is from Dennis Byrd. So, if you don't know who Dennis Byrd is, Dennis Byrd was a player that got paralyzed on the football field. That's the shirt that they cut off of him, as they couldn't move him, so they had to cut his shirt off when he had to have surgery. Dennis Byrd, maybe 20 years later, 15 years later, learned how to walk again. He became an inspiration. He was a great jet player. But, I'm known for Can't Wait. Do you know where Can't Wait comes from?
No.
So Can't Wait came because we went to New England and we played the Patriots and we beat Tom Brady in his house. And Tom Brady, of course, never loses in the playoffs at his house until they went against us. That day, Dennis Byrd was our guest speaker. He inspired us. He gave a speech to us about that we can do the impossible because the Patriots had beat us a couple weeks before, 45-3. Beat the hell out of us. He gave me that shirt as a gift. He said that I reminded him of himself, the passion that I played with and the enthusiasm. So he wanted me to have it. Dennis, oddly enough, survived being paralyzed, but he passed maybe 5 years ago. He was in a car accident in Denver. But that's a reminder to me that anything's possible. This man he was paralyzed for a while and fought his butt off. I mean, how many people that has ever been paralyzed came back to be able to walk?
I wouldn't.
And, the fact that he said that he felt that I had his spirit is something that's moving to me. The fact that all the players on the team, he singled me out and gave me something that was precious to him because that shirt right there changed his life. That's the day that his life changed. That's the day that his football career ended. That's the day that he was paralyzed. That's a shirt that represents a turning point in his life. And he thought enough of me to give it to me. That's why it's a t-shirt, but it's in a jersey case. And I'll keep it forever and continue to tell that story so that kids and my kids and your cousins can understand the power of the mind and what you can do when you're determined to do so. I know that might have been a little bit deep for you, but yeah.
Yeah, that's a really deep meaning.
As you can see, I got an art gallery out there, a lot of artwork out there that I'm proud of. I got some stuff from Muhammad Ali, but that's another story.
Okay. If you weren't famous, what would you be doing right now?
I probably would be doing what I'm doing now, sportscaster, or actually my degree is in economics. So I was a financial consultant for Morgan Stanley. So I go around the country and I do financial literacy programs for like NBA, NFL. We've done, well, you probably know current athletes, right?
Yeah.
Are you pretty good on like current football players?
I know a lot of basketball players, but not a lot of football players.
So we've had, so in my program we've had Giannis, right? Giannis, Greek Freak has been in my program. LeBron's been in my program. A lot of other football players, but a lot of basketball players as well. Anthony Davis, Unibrow dude's been in my program.
Oh, I know him.
When he was with the Pelicans. So I would probably be continuing to do that because that's something I'm passionate about.
That's cool. Okay, so what was it like growing up in Detroit?
You should have all those stories. Your Uncle Warren, your grandpa. I'm sorry, not your uncle. You know, it was fun. He's so precious, man. I love him. He's the sweetest guy ever, man. But the funniest thing was when he would make you come and give him a kiss, and he got that itchy beard. He make you come here, kiss, girl. Like,
yeah.
Come on, man. You smell like cools, man. You been smoking them cigarettes, man. But I mean, it was fun. Well, me and your dad didn't grow up on the same block, but the block we grew up on was, of course, Herbert, where your grandmother lives. Your dad's father lives, right? So, your great-grandmother. I keep forgetting. It's a generation. Your great-grandmother. And on that street, especially growing up in the 80s, we owned 7 houses on that block. So, like, every day was a play date, right? Because Grandma lives here. I live 2 houses down, and then we own the house above it and the house across from it. And your Auntie Nell and cousin Jeffrey lived across the street on the corner. Auntie Pat lived next door there. Your grandfather's sister and Auntie Lane lived across the street. So no matter what, and remember, every one of them had 3 kids. So I just named 6 people, so it was 18 of us just on the block. But then we still had the block and the friends, and everybody on that block had at least 3 or 4 kids. So just imagine, no matter what, you have a group of us that are 6 years apart. So you had the older ones that were maybe like 16, then you had the 10-year-olds, then you had like the 6-year-olds. So it was always groups, and all we did was just play with each other and chase each other all day. Red light, green light, fireworks in the streets, basketball in the streets, playing 2 square, 4 square, playing manhunt, tag all over the place. But you always had a play partner. So no matter what, if somebody had to do something, you still had like 5, 2 kids. And then like, it would be like 8, 9 in the morning. You hear a knock on the door. You got a group of 10 kids. Like, yo, you coming outside? Bet. Mom tell you go outside. You play all day. Then we walk around the corner. That's when arcades were big. We had an arcade around the corner. We get up there, play down the arcade all day, get a pickle, get some penny candy. You know what I'm saying? Get one of those little bomb juices that you poke your tooth in and you squeeze all in there. Probably had a lot of high corn fructose syrup. Probably had a lot of blue dye 12, a lot of red 88. But it's okay. We survived. That was pretty much growing up. We didn't have any swimming pools. We just turned the fire hydrant on, push a big piece of wood in there. That's how we stayed from burning up.
You mean the fire?
Everybody got a pool in the hood? No. The fire hydrant, right?
That big thing that firefighters use to.
Yes. We always had a legal key, and we would open it up. And what happened is, we would take a 2x4, bang the 2x4 in the hole, so now the water has to force out, so now it projects. So now it's not running, so now it's project. We put a stick underneath, and all the cars that came down had to go in there, and their car got wet up. But we just play in the street and chase each other with super soakers and water balloons. Have water balloon fights.
That sounds fun. Do you still have like a key for a fire hydrant or something?
Yeah, it's actually a ring, right? It's like a ring. It's a special key. But it's a ring, and sometimes firefighters leave them by mistake when they go address a fire. Sometimes they leave that. They wrap everything up and they leave it. And we always had it's like a big wrench. It's like a big circle, and you put it around the little cap, and you spin it, and it spins the cap off like a bottle top.
That's cool.
You don't go do that. Nowadays, y'all got real swimming pools and real swimming centers. You're okay. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But if you ever get stuck in the hood, and he's like, "Oh, cuz I'm hot," holla at me. I'll come turn the fire hydrant on. Y'all good.
Okay. Do you ever visit Detroit?
Yeah, absolutely. I went to Southeastern. I don't know if you know what Southeastern is, but if you go to Southeastern and you pull up to the school, you'll see my name on the field. The field is named after me. It's called Bart Scott Field, and they have the picnic, the school picnic there every year. Probably not this year, but you have everybody from the class of 1969 up to present, and everybody has their posters up or their signs up of what year that represents. So we don't have a big class reunion. We have a yearly picnic, and my mom, your grandfather, and all their sisters, they went to Southeastern, so it's a legacy there because we all went there. I was class of '98. You have cousins that are still going there now, and so we have a legacy at that school of probably 50 years. But the field is named after me, Bart Scott.
That's cool. Were you ever made fun of as a kid?
Of course, my name was Bart. So I was Bart before Bart Simpson.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm before Bart Simpson. So, of course, it was like, Maggie Doe. But the problem was, this is the problem. I was an athlete. I was popular. So if you wanted to bring that smoke and you wanted to dare try and have a little jokey joke for me, you best believe I had 10 or 20 for you. And when I started and the class started laughing at you, it was nothing you can do about it but cry. So I would have people have their parents come up and say, because I teased them, but they started first, but I'm a habitual line stepper. Like, when I go there, I'm not going to let up until you want to fight, but you can't kick my ass, so then what you going to do about it? But cry. You should never started with. So you do that to a couple people, you get a reputation that, you don't want that smoke over there, man. That smoke is a little bit too hot. So if you go there, just understand, you may start it, but he going to finish it.
What was your worst subject in school?
I hated Spanish. No, back in the day, they used to try to make us take French. So I hated French. Probably Blue French say I never. Comma si, comma sa. That's the only 2 words I've ever learned. And I still don't even know what they mean. I just know that they're French words. Actually, I would probably say that. And when I was really young, I'm like an overthinker. I tried to create my own system for division. And I don't know where I came from, where it at. But it got real weird when I was like maybe 9 or 10 years old with I don't know what I was doing. I tried to make my own mathematical system up. Obviously, it had never been done, but I thought I could be the first. But I didn't create a new subject. But actually, I did okay in school. I probably left high school with like a 3.4, something like that. 3.4, something like that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. My first major in college was international business. I minored in Japanese.
Have you ever been to Japan?
Nope, but that little dreadhead, mop head dude that you just saw, he wants to go there. So maybe when he graduates high school, I'll take him to Japan. As far as I ever went that way, it's Hawaii. I can't listen. 5 hours, it's about it for me on the plane. Now, I took them little knuckleheads to Europe. We went to Greece, Amsterdam, London, Paris. We kind of went in a circle because you get to London, then you get the Netherlands, Amsterdam, then you get to Crete, Greece, then you come back around, and we went to Paris, and we came home. So we did that, but I've never been to Japan. That's like a 15-hour flight. I don't got that type of patience. We got to take pit stops. I go from here to LA, 5 hours. From LA to Hawaii, 5 hours. From Hawaii to Japan, 5 hours. I can do that. I can't just do it completely.
That makes sense. How did it feel performing your first game?
First game I ever played was probably preseason. I was nervous as hell, and oddly enough, it was against the Detroit Lions. And it started out great. Got a sacked the quarterback. I was loving life. Then we all have that welcome to the NFL moment. At some point they must say, hey, man, y'all letting this little skinny dude out here show y'all up what the hell going on. So I'm thinking, man, the NFL is easy. So I'm running on the blitz, and I didn't see the guy, and he hit me in the side of my helmet, and all my equipment, like my ear pads, my chin strap, all that was gone. He knocked the hell out of me. It was like, okay, I guess it ain't as easy as I thought. And understand, I'm going 100,000 miles an hour, but the veterans, people that have been in the NFL, it's like, man, it's preseason, bro. Why you going so hard? You know how you ever had your little sister or your little sibling, and they going too hard? You're like, I'm telling you, you better chill out. They chill out. Then you just pick them and drop them on their head. That's what happened to me. But it was fun though. It was like me living my dream. It was me representing everybody that ever put time, effort into me to be successful. That was me representing my street, my family, my city, my high school, putting them on my back and saying, we here, baby.
Who influenced you to go professional?
I always was a Barry Sanders fan, but I just kind of was playing, and I didn't even think about the NFL until maybe my sophomore year in college, when I had a coach come up to me and told me that he believed that I had what it takes to go to the next level. Sometimes in a life lesson, sometimes what you have to realize and understand is sometimes you don't know what other people see in you, but if you value their opinion, you should believe it. Right? So he believed that I was an NFL player, even though I didn't believe it. I wasn't even thinking that far. I had tunnel vision. I was just living in the present. I wasn't thinking about the future. He was telling me that so that I can focus and understand what's possible for me if I take it to the next level. And at that point, I started to dare to be great.
What challenges did you face when first joining the NFL?
I mean, you're in a new city. You got expectations. You're a professional. So now you don't play football. You know what I'm saying? Football is a physical sport. You're dealing with grown men. You have to understand the mindset that you have to have is that you're going to essentially take millions of dollars out of a grown man's pocket that has a family, that has a mortgage, that has obligations financially. And you're coming from college as this young, bright-eyed dude, and you got to take his job. Like, it can't be both of you guys. Like, only one of you guys can make it. That's serious business. And you have to do it in a respectful way. Because at the end of the day, he's still your teammate. But you still have to have a competitive effort, and both of you guys still know that it's either going to be you or him. But you can't try to sabotage your teammate. You got to be a good teammate. You got to support your teammate. You got to build them up. You can't go, hey, in this coverage or in this defense, you're supposed to do this. It's like, hold up, dude. We on the same team. May the best man win. And some of the saddest moments you ever see is when you're sitting in a child hall or you're walking in a building and you see somebody tap somebody on the shoulder and say, hey, bring your playbook. Coach wants to talk to you, because we all know what that means. So you know that this guy's about to get fired, potentially lose his dream, and you feel bad for him, but you feel good for yourself, the fact that that's not you walking up to the principal's office. But it's a crazy thing, because when you go to the NFL, when you go to training camp, where everybody's practicing, trying to make it, it's 90 people there. It's 53 jobs. The team's already committed to probably 85%. They already know who's on the team. So now you're walking around with 43 people, and you're looking left and right, and you're trying to do the math in your head, knowing that only 9 of you guys out of the 40 people can make the team. It's kind of like going to American Idol, right? Yeah. Got all those people outside, sign, whatever. I don't know who do it now. I never watched American Idol or whatever. But you know what I'm saying. You got a bunch of people outside. Yeah, it's gonna be me. And that starts dwindling down over time. And you're looking like, man, like if you're out here, you're like, man, I must really suck. And you start to ask yourself, should I even try and come back? But the closer you get, the higher you get, the harder to fall once they cut you. Because you're this close, you're so close to touching your dream. And now you're sitting there, and now you guys form bonds, right? When you see these American Idol shows, you're around them all the time. You both, expressing your fears and your concerns about why you want it, how you're going to spend your money, what you're going to do is change, the effect that's going to have on your family, your community, your school, your college, and then he gets cut. It's to be said that an athlete dies 2 deaths. The day he gets cut, he never can play football again or play his sport again. And the day that he dies is natural death. Because the thing is, everybody, even me, eventually gets that knock on the door and say, sorry, your services are no longer needed. It's time to move on and start something new with your life. Just think, I've been playing football since I was 8 years old. I retired at 32, right? So you think about how much time I put in, how much effort I put in, and you don't really think about what you want to do next because you're so living in the moment. You've been doing this your whole life. Just think, you bust your butt all that time just for the opportunity to have an opportunity, right? But it guarantees you nothing. So you have to play. I had to play 13 years to try and move up step by step just to get to that dream, right? And that's the problem a lot of times with kids, right? You see where the person is, you don't understand the journey and what it took for them to get there. Jamie Foxx didn't get his big break till he was 40 years old. 40. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys see him, oh, Ray Charles. Y'all don't remember when he was Buns. You don't remember when he was on Living Color, not getting paid nothing. Keenen Ivory Wayans just gave you a role. He never paid you any actual money. You know, so that's what it is. And those are stories about perseverance. Because if you want something, it's going to be hard. And the first time you get punched in the face or knocked down and you give up, how bad did you really want it? Because you learn more from losing than you do from winning. Because when you lose, you have to analyze everything you did that contributed to the loss. When you win, things that can make you lose in the future get swept under the rug because you're so excited and ecstatic with the joys of winning. Didn't mean to get all Yoda on you. I got too deep on you. Hey, let it process. Hold on, pause. Woosah. There you go. Let it marinate.
Okay. What was your greatest accomplishment as an athlete?
I would say the one that sticks out the most. You know how you never really forget your first? So I remember the first time when I got my opportunity to start. Like, coming out of the tunnel. Took me 3 years. I was battling, scraping, trying to earn my spot, earn my position. Finally, I know I'm getting my first career start against an undefeated team. First time at home. Coming out of the tunnel, it was hard for me to handle my emotions. I was an emotional wreck the entire day because I knew what that moment had meant, right? Because I said I was something, but people didn't believe me. And for the first time, I was coming out validating that I bet on myself and I was right. And the first person that I knew, because I always set her in the same spot, was my mother. And for her, for the first time, to hear my name come over the PA of an NFL game as the starter, the name that she gave me, bearing the last name that she carries, her baby, the nights that she came off a double shift and she dragged my ass to practice, the times when she was tired and didn't feel like it, and she continued to make sure I got away, the days that she scraped up the money to pay for me to be part of the team, the days that she did overtime for her to make sure that I had a trainer so I could be in the best condition, the days that she went out and she went to the grocery store and she slaved over that stove, all came into one moment that not I made it, pointing to her and saying, we made it. Thank you for all your sacrifice. I never forgot it. I appreciate it. And thank you. And we're here together. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. That's the moment I remember. And anybody that knows me from the Ravens understands when I come out, I automatically come out, but I turn back to the tunnel. And I always blow a kiss. That's to her. That's me acknowledging her. Thank you for everything. Every single time. Giving her roses while she's still alive. Telling you that, hey, I got you, baby. Thank you. And I'm about to go tear somebody's ass up in your name. Too deep?
That last part was kind of like...
Yeah. Talk to your auntie. She a thug. Don't let that smooth little stuff feel you. She about there, get him, Bart. Get him. Knock him out, Bart. She's like, Mama said knock your ass. My mama told me I got to knock your ass out, dog. Sorry about it.
How did you handle criticism?
I use it as fuel. I mean, life as an athlete is like living in a glass bowl, right? Somebody's always saying you're not good enough, or somebody's saying that you missed this play. I can't hide, right? It's cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
If I mess up, it's in front of the world. If I lose the game, it's in front of the world. But that's what comes with the territory. It's big boy business. You either do or do not. Try not an option, right? I know I said that already, but the Master Yoda said it perfectly. And if you, especially if you make a lot of money and you mess up, then you're overpaid. Every play of my life on a football field was either a plus or a minus. You're graded on every single play. And every play that you play in, when you go into the meeting rooms, it's a note. Why you got the plus? Why you got the minus? You just try and get more pluses than you get minuses. Because when the minuses start adding up, they getting close to giving your ass a bus ticket, and you about to lose your job.
Have you ever? How many minuses did you get?
Oh, thousands, I'm sure. I mean, I played 11 years, probably like thousands of plays. But they're learning. I told you learn more from your losses than you do from your victories. A veteran is a veteran not because he's never made mistakes. It's about being a high percentage decision maker. Remember, the man across from you gets paid too. The man across from you lifts weights too. But if you don't have to be. All you have to do is be better than him on that day, on that play. It ain't always pretty, but you get the job done.
Okay, so there's this one there's two questions that I really want to know. Why did you retire from the NFL?
I had to have reconstructive toe surgery. I tore a ligament tore off my foot, and it took the bone with it, so I have a screw in my big toe. I can't curl my toe anymore. The ligament comes here. So you have two ligaments. You have a ligament on the top that keeps your foot down from going down. You have two that balances, right? This one tore off the bone, so my toe stuck up in the air like this. So my big toe didn't touch the ground. So they had to go and find the ligament, pull it back, but it was so damaged that it couldn't come back here to do that. All it could do was come here. So I can do this, can't do this. So it's almost like trying to play or do anything without a thumb. The big toe is the thumb of the foot. If you don't have a thumb, you can't grab anything. So I couldn't push off because I didn't have my power toe. That added up, and plus the information about concussions came up. I figured, hey, I played 11 years. It may be time to hang it up, or do I want to fight through this pain and fight through this and damage the toe where they would have to fuse it and it would never have any movement. It would just be stuck and frozen. It's like, who wants to have that? I'm 32 years old. I made my money, and I had an opportunity to do television. So it was one of those things you have to make a decision. When is the right time to say goodbye? I rather wanted to leave on top than be a shell of myself and tell me my service is no longer needed. So I decided to retire and go into television.
Was it emotional the day you retired? Was it upsetting?
No, it is. It's a transition, and athletes have to have a plan. Athletes have to, I had to go to therapy just to learn how to turn it off, because you used to hitting something every week and getting aggression out, you're aggressive, and now you got to learn how to turn it off. It's almost like when a soldier comes back from war, he's still a soldier. So I'm still a contact, physical, competitive person, and now all of a sudden you've been doing something your whole life and it's not there anymore. You have an urge to hit something, you have an urge to tackle something. You have to learn how to turn it off, how to decompress. So it's a process, and I still go through it. I can tell you my diagnosis if you need it, but, whatever.
I don't need it. Okay, so here's this last question. Do you have any advice for young athletes who want to go pro in the sport?
Absolutely. It's about consistent effort and understanding that the road to success is a lonely one, because a lot of people say they want to be great. A lot of people say they're willing to do whatever it takes, but they're not. Anybody can do something for a week or two. I always tell somebody, hit me up month 3 when you've been doing something consistently for 3 months, because it takes 10,000 reps for something to become muscle memory. for something becomes something that you do subliminally where you don't have to think about it. That's learning how to run the right way, learning how to hit a bag, learning technique, where you're not thinking about it. You're just reacting in the moment. Like it's about being a master of whatever craft that you want to do, right? It's not, it's not like you just show up and say, I'm going to lift weights and be big and fast. The game is played from the shoulders up. So you have to master your craft. And a lot of people that's going to say they want to be great, how many times have you said you want to do something? How many times have you said you want to work out with your girlfriend or something, or practice a dance class, and they show up for 2 days, you call them on the third day, girl, no, I can't make it, right? You got to be able to say, well, listen, that's on her. She made her decision. I'm going to make mine. I'm going to stay consistent, because consistent effort wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. A lot of people get excited and want to do it for them. I mean, the gyms are full of them, right? January 1st, this is the year. By February, March, nobody's in the gym, right? Everybody's giving up on their dream. It's about the mental fortitude. It's the ability to understand that it's not going to always be easy, because it's the days when your body doesn't feel like doing it that the mind has to will the body. So it's really more about the mental warfare that you have with yourself. That's with whatever you want to do. You have to understand that it's mental. And if you want it, you have to earn it. And it's not going to be easy, because if it's easy, then everybody would get it. And if everybody get it, then how much value is in it? Right? The garbage man and the doctor are both equally as important. If the garbage man don't pick up the trash, disease, pandemic, bacteria takes over. People get sick. The doctor, he treats you, he diagnoses you, he helps to keep you from being sick. He prescribes you. Why does the doctor get paid more? Because it's harder to become a doctor than it is to become a garbage man, but they're both equally as important. So they pay for the skill. So when you think about professional athletes, actors, you're not really paying for what they're doing right there. You're paying for what they did to get there. You're paying for the hours and the hours of sweat equity that they put into their craft, pounding your craft, becoming great, hitting those notes, learning how to play the piano, right? Taking those acting classes, taking those dancing classes, going to those camps. That's what you really pay for. You pay for the fact that that person was willing to do something that you know that you're not capable of doing or willing to do. So in essence, we put them on a higher pedestal than you because they were stronger mentally than you. Jeff Bezos, trillionaire, to be a trillionaire, started it in his hotel, in his dorm room. Now he's on schedule to be a trillionaire because he never quit. See, that's the difference between a successful person and a non-successful person. That when they hit or they get knocked down, they get back up. They don't stay down. Everybody gets knocked down. It's about who's willing to get back up, who's willing to take it for the longest. All I have to do is get up one more time than you get up to get what I want. Are you willing to continue to get up until you're the last one standing? That's how you succeed.
All right, so moral of the story, be consistent and don't give up on your dreams, right?
See, that's all I had to say.
You didn't have to go all that deep like that.
I thought I had to take you and go with the Socrates and the philosophies and all that Aristotle and stuff and get deep.
You don't have to go out deep like that, but it was nice to hear.
I'm trying to go Confucius and go Waka Flocka, right? He who says he can and he who says he can't are both right. Let that sink in. Marinate on that one. You got it? You got it. Say it to yourself, right? Because the first step to doing anything is admitting and believing that you can. If you believe that you can't do something, you're probably right because you think you can't. The first step is admitting that you can do something.
That was good.
Okay, I got too deep for you. I don't want to scramble your brain. I look like the scarf about to pop off your head. You know what I'm saying? Let me calm down. Woo-sigh. Woo-sigh.
What does that mean?
You ain't never seen Bad Boys? You ain't never seen Bad Boys with Martin Lawrence and Will Smith?
No.
It's 3 of them. They just dropped one. What are y'all whippersnappers want? Y'all spend all your time on the YouTube or the MeTube?
Yeah.
In the TikTok and the Snapchat? Come on, man. Go see a cinema movie. That movie just dropped. They got the 3rd one. Bad Boys, Bad Boys. No, I'm over the head.
Yeah.
You've never seen Will Smith. You know who Will Smith is?
Yeah.
You better not say Jaden's dad. You better not disrespect that great actor, that great rapper by saying that's Willow's dad.
The Prince of Bel-Air. Prince of Bel-Air guy.
Okay. So you seen Prince of Bel-Air, but you ain't seen Bad Boys. He did 3 of them. You know who Martin Lawrence is, right?
Yeah, Martin. From Martin. I just don't really watch movies.
How you miss 3 of their best movies?
I just don't watch movies like that. But I watch TV shows.
What have you been doing during the pandemic? You supposed to be catching up on black culture.
I've been editing YouTube videos for my channel.
Take some time off.
Okay. You should fly me out to your house so I can take some time off.
But as soon as we get the okay to clear, I want to put you in that pressurized tube with all those stuff just floating around up in the air. I don't want you to breathe none of that in.
The coronavirus stuff.
Yeah. Rona's a bad mother. Shut your mouth.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the outro real quick, but we can keep talking if you want.
It's on you. Do your outro.
Okay, let me do the outro real quick. That's all for this video. I know the video was pretty long, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to like and subscribe, and also go follow Bart Scott on all his social medias. I'll have his socials in the description box down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. Okay, I'm done.
Who's over there?